Hi, this is Roger Eastlick. I want to welcome you to tonight's webinar, How to Create a Responsive Website Design in 20 Minutes. I'm excited about tonight because there's a lot of hype about responsive website design, and I think there's as much confusion about it as there probably is hype about it. And I want to hopefully clear up that confusion for you in the next 20 minutes and get you on a path where you can create a mobile-friendly website that not only gets out to normal people that use desktops, but people that use any kind of smartphone or smart device like an iPad or a something like a tab, something like that, like a tablet. Okay, so what are we talking about when we talk about a website design? Well, I want to ask you a question. I'm wondering whether or not you have one of these. Or maybe you have one of these. And those two are what they call tablets, right? The first one was an iPad, and the second one is a Samsung, two of the fastest and fastest growing and best-selling tablets out on the market today. But maybe you have, let me ask you this, do you have maybe one of these? This is the Samsung S3. I happen to have one of these myself. It runs the Android operating system. And maybe you have, and I'm sure you've heard of one of these. And if you don't have one of these devices, the iPhone or the Samsung smartphone or some other smartphone, chances are really good that your users, your website visitors, do have one of those devices, if not both of them. I have a tablet as well as a smartphone, and it's starting to become a regular part of my life to use them to navigate, find out information, and ultimately to buy right there on my mobile device. And it's really starting to sort of take the place of what I do on the computer. But what about everybody else? How many how many mobile devices do you think are out there? Or have been sold? What's it out there? Maybe you've got one, maybe you don't, but who else does have one? Well, Apple sold in the latest quarter for which there are results. Apple reportedly sold 47.8 million iPhones. 48.7 million. Now that's worldwide, but still it gives you kind of a taste for how many devices are out there, and this is just in one quarter, right? They are forecast to sell 102 million iPads and 194 million iPhones in 2013. So as you can see, it is not only has it been around, has it been selling millions, but it is exponentially expanding. Android activations, which is the biggest competitor to the iPhone, to Apple devices, Android activations are expected to exceed 1 billion devices in 2013. As you may know, Samsung has outpaced the sale of iPhones. And at any rate, either way you look at it, whether you're an iPhone fan, whether you're an Apple fan, or a Samsung or an Android fan, either way, as a website developer and as a website owner, you really should be you should be positioned to be able to capitalize and take advantage of all those mobile users that are either going to buy in your website because they can get to it and it's mobile friendly, or go to a competitor's site because they're mobile friendly. I mean, if you don't do it, your competitors will and are going to, so you should do it today. Now, what is responsive? Well, let's break off here just for a second. Let me show you something. This program right here, whoops. Oh no. You gotta love it when you're doing this stuff live, right? Alright, so let me do this. I'm going to go to a website called the Responsinator. That's responsinator.com. You can see it right up there in the bar. I'm going to get rid of my shortcuts. And if you see a normal site, now let's go into, for example, CNN.com. Now CNN.com, don't get me wrong, actually if you go into your mobile device you will get a You actually will get a different website, a mobile website. But I just want to show you because this is a typical of what you would see for a non-mobile website, a mobile-friendly website. What you'd see is part of the page. Now, on the mobile devices, they will squeeze that actually down for you, but it's in a lot of ways it's kind of useless. I mean, it's really hard to navigate on the page, to get around the website, and some of the browsers aren't going to really help you out very much, right? So if you go into this website, a website like this, then you're not going to be too excited, right, about what you're seeing, and you're going to be kind of frustrated trying to get around and move around on it. Now let's take a mobile-friendly website, okay? Let's take a mobile-friendly website. Now this responsinator.com is a pretty cool site because what it basically does is it allows you to see and test mobile-friendly or responsive websites in the different devices. So if I guess just to be really clear, mobile-friendly and responsive. Responsive is really a term because what it means, it responds to the screen size. It can also respond to the type of device, but what we're going to be talking about are websites that respond to the resolution of the screen. So whether you're in portrait like this is right here, or looking at it lying on the side, and which is landscape mode, you're going to be good to go. It's going to be responsive to that. Okay, it's going to change the way it lays out the website based on how the screen size and how it's laid out. So let's change this and let's put a responsive design in here. And I have one ready for you. This is called Thesis Responsive at thesisresponsive.com. Let me pull up that website and show you what it looks like in these different various mobile devices. So I guess this first device is supposedly an iPhone 3.4 with a resolution of 320 by 480. The resolution is how many dots going across by how many dots going down, right? So you got 320 dots down, 480 dots. 320 across, 420 down, excuse me. And you're going to see that this web page right here, let's go over here and let's pull up this website in a normal browser. In a normal browser, this is what it looks like, okay? You've got your header and you've got your menu, your navigation up here. You've got this really beautiful slider right here, and it looks awesome, right? And then you've got some articles, some content here. You've got some accent boxes down towards the bottom, and then you've got some widgetized footers down here. Okay, and that's a regular website, right? That's a regular web page. But what happens when somebody pulls up this website in a mobile device? Well, it's going to rearrange itself based on the website asking the device, so what's your resolution? And based on that, it's going to change the layout slightly so that you can still see the website and consume the content and really know what's going on and still use the website in a very intuitive, comfortable way, and your users can. As you can see, it actually just squeezes this responsive slider right down so it remains, the full slider remains in full view the whole time. And then it just takes the columns and it lays them out so that you can see exactly what's going on. Really cool, right? Here are those accent boxes. They're one on top of the other now, so they're easy to see. And here are the different columns of the widgetized footer in easy view, right? Everything all the way down to the copyright information at the bottom of the page. And as we scroll down this and we see that going from the portrait to the landscape of that device, and here's another device is iPhone 5, and what it's doing is emulating it, so kind of giving you the view of what it is. And here's what they call a crappy Android. I don't know why they say that. And here's supposedly Galaxy. Okay, but you can see again it changes it slightly. Here's a Galaxy on its side, and the slider is a little bit bigger in this one than it was in the landscape. But again, you can see exactly what's going on. The box is a little bit bigger. Everything is right there, easy to see. And that's what we mean by responsive website. So why would you want a responsive website? What good's that going to do you? Let's go back to my slides here for a second. Why responsive? Well, back in the day, what you'd have would be one website that people, when mobile devices first came out and they had crappy browsers and they were slow, but people wanted to still take advantage of it because people were buying them, people were using them, then they would create an entirely different website just for a certain mobile device, and they really had to kind of guess what device it was going to be because it was really hard to know what was going on with that website. So they would build something sort of based on what was out there, what was popular, and they would build an entirely different website. You might see that still today, where you see like an M, the letter M, dot whatever the example.com, for example, and they basically had to maintain 2 or more websites, but depending on how many types of mobile devices they wanted to get to, different devices. And the cool thing about this responsive setup, as you've just seen, is that you've got one URL for all devices. One URL, all devices, one website to maintain. Change the content for one, it changes it for all. Really cool, right? It's easier to share. It's easier for your customers to share, whether they're on their mobile device, whether they're sitting at their company computer or home desktop, home laptop, tablet or phone or whatever. It makes it easier for them to share that information. Makes it easier for Google. Google doesn't have to crawl a mobile website and then crawl another website and sort of decide what's duplicate content, where to send people. You probably get a better ranking with it. It's easier to manage, again, from a website developer or a website webmaster's point of view. You've only got one website that you have to deal with. Do the security for, do the content for, change the styling of it. And Google calls it industry best practice. It's industry best practice, Google calls it, to have a responsive or mobile friendly website. So you want to have one. And it also gives you a consistent look for your brand. You don't have one type of graphics and everything on a little mobile website with fixed graphics and then something else on a desktop or regular web browser. You've got a consistent look all the way across for any type of website you've got. Consistent look for your brand, so people are going to recognize you faster. They're going to say, yep, that's him. They're going to know. You're going to build up the know, like, trust more easily, and you can be good to go. So what's the best design approach? Because there's still a lot of different ways of doing it. We just mentioned one, which is to create a different website for the mobile devices and as opposed to the desktop devices. And you can do it in all kinds of different coded languages, HTML and all that kind of stuff. So what I would recommend to you is that the best design approach is a design approach that uses WordPress. In the event that you're not familiar with WordPress, you see here really quick. Anyway, WordPress is if you're not familiar with it, is a content management system. Basically what that means is it allows you to, it creates a back end and a database to allow you to put your pictures, your articles, your PDF files, your videos onto the internet in a way that's easy for people to get to it. It's easy for people to consume it, easy for people to find it once you've got more content on there. When if you only have 1 or 2 articles, it's no big deal. Who needs management? But once you get 10 or 15 or 20 different articles or videos or whatever, then people need some way of you need as a website, as a webmaster, you need some way of organizing that information so it makes it so people can still find it, and that's what WordPress does for you. And the other thing I would say about this is I would say that the other tool that you want to use is something called Thesis 2. Thesis 2 is basically, it completes WordPress. Okay. Because WordPress basically is very heavy and very good at keeping the content there, at organizing the content for you, but it sort of leaves the look and feel up to you and wants to give you a lot of different choices there. And so there's lots of people that make themes, and basically the theme puts kind of a face and a layout to your WordPress website. And the thing about it is there's lots of free themes, but each one sort of does, a specific thing if it's any good. And, if you want to switch it, then there's really where the rub comes in. It becomes very difficult, much more difficult, and you kind of need to be a coder. You need to have programming knowledge and know things like PHP and JavaScript and stuff that you may not want to get into at all. And in order to really make it change the look and feel of it. And that's what Thesis 2 is all about. It helps you change that look and feel. And to keep on with, but as far as WordPress is concerned, and WordPress isn't something that just came out yesterday. There are over 60 million websites worldwide that use WordPress. It's used by not just by anybody, it's used by Fortune 500 companies such as CNN, Wall Street Journal, Ford, Forbes, UPS, and just a slew of others, as well as all kinds of online professionals, from dentists to doctors to online marketers to teachers and salespeople, all kinds of folks. Why? Because it is very stable. It's been around. It's at version 3.5 something now. Been around for a number of years. And it's open source, so that means that there's an awful lot of people putting their time and effort into making it the best they can, because not only do they like programming, but they also want to make it the best for everybody. But most of these people who work on WordPress, they use it for themselves, and they really want to have a good site, the best site possible. Okay, so the thing about WordPress is that it makes putting your content online simple. All right. Now, Thesis 2.0, the latest version of Thesis, like we say, it basically, what Thesis does is it is a theme, or it's what's called a theme framework, which basically means that it helps you with the look and feel of it, of your website, but it does a little bit more. Since it's a framework, it actually also has tools within it that makes it easy for you not only to start out with a good web design, which is Google or SEO friendly, that gives you good rankings for like Google. It also Thesis also gives you the tools to easily change it, to modify it whenever you want to. As time goes by, you need to adapt your website to your audience, right? And so Thesis makes it very simple to do that. So Thesis is very Google friendly or SEO friendly. It is easy to lay out your design in Google, and you can change your design in Google. It works very well with grid systems, and we're going to talk about that a little bit later. And something called the 1140 grid, which is sort of the foundation of the responsive website, the website that I want to talk to you about. In essence, Thesis completes WordPress. It basically gives you that final tool that allows you to really take the fullest advantage of WordPress and be out there on the internet in a way that makes it so you can concentrate on your content instead of having to worry about how you're going to present it, how it's going to how it's going to interact with your servers and all the technical garbage that you may not really want to worry about too much. So when we're talking about a responsive design, we want to build basically for the design and not for the device. There's one sort of school of thought that wants to say, okay, are you an iPhone? Are you an iPhone 5? Are you an iPhone 4? But now with the proliferation of all of these different mobile devices out there, it's really too hard to do that. It's just too complicated to try to build for the device. So you want to build for the design, and then sort of let a framework sort of take care of how it looks, and query the device for the resolution, so that you can get the best layout on there, regardless of the device, regardless of whether you're doing landscape or portrait. You don't just want to turn off parts of the website, and that's why really you want to use a grid. And that's why I want to introduce you today to thesis2edu, because even with WordPress, and a little bit more so with Thesis, um, there's going to be a little bit of a learning curve. And Thesis2edu is going to get you past that small learning curve that there is with Thesis. Even though it's really user-friendly, easy to use, you're going to want to, you're going to need a little bit of help, a little bit of hand-holding. So with Thesis2edu, we're going to help you easily create your own mobile-friendly website in 8 easy lessons. And we're also going to give you challenges to keep you on track. Okay, so what do you get with Thesis? First of all, let's go back just for a second, because what you're going to build, basically what's going to happen is you're going to build this exact site. This Thesis responsive site, I'm going to show you how I laid it out from a blank page with nothing on it and got it to look exactly like this. It's got some pages to it as well, and it also has a Aweber sign up box that you'll easily install within a couple clicks. This is what you're going to be building. I'm going to show you how to do that. As you've seen, this website is totally responsive. And so when you get done with the course with Thesis2edu, called how to create a responsive website in Thesis 2.0, you are going to have this website basically, and you can adapt that as you want to. You'll have the knowledge to be able to adapt this any way you want to your own needs. And I've already seen it done. There's in the members area, there's you can see people who have done that already, and very doable, a lot of fun, and also give you challenges to make sure that you start out running, that you don't just go in and buy the course, but that you actually you go in and you do each one of the lessons and see how everybody else is doing, and kind of share the knowledge, share the fun of being able to go in and create your own website and see how easy it is to do it with Thesis. So let's go back here with Thesis 2.0. We're going to go from 0 to awesome. Module 101 is going to show you how to install Thesis 2.0 and give you sort of an overall overview of the interface so you sort of know where things are. Module 102 is going to help you create the header, is going to show you exactly how to create the header and the navigation. Module 103, we're going to add a feature slider. And each one of these modules, by the way, is in bite-sized chunks, so you're not sitting there trying to sweat it out. You get to take one module and you should go take a walk. Go congratulate yourself, fill out the challenge, say you've done it, put your link in there, and go out and take a walk. Bite-sized pieces so that it makes it so you feel like you can feel the progress each step of the way. You know you're getting something done. You can see it. It's right there. And yet you don't get overwhelmed by trying to go through and build a site from scratch, where you can break it down into bite-sized pieces and have a lot of fun with it. Module 104, we're going to be doing the styling in the page content area. Module 105, adding the feature boxes. Module 106, creating a widgetized footer. Module 107, we're going to be working with the page template. Module 108 is going to be dedicated to the home and single page templates. So how can you get that? What you can do is you want to go open your browser, and I'll do that with you. We're going to go right over to thesis2edu.com, and you're going to see the little bit of more information on Thesis 2. You can go down, you can sort of see what the boxes and the pages and everything like that look like. And again, here it talks about those 8 modules that we just went through, about all the stuff that you're going to get. So you can see that you'll be doing installing an orbit slider. You'll be I'll show you how to add and edit images in WordPress, how to integrate a feature slider in Thesis 2.0. You know, you'd be working with page templates, adding dynamic content to Thesis 2.0, and show you how to do that and how to deal with that kind of stuff. How to style a static front page, how to highlight features with feature or accent boxes, how to create a 3-column layout in Thesis 2.0, how to create a shadow box effect, how to create a 3-column responsive footer, how to use widgets, style widgets, style the page template to add that Aweber opt-in form box, couple clicks, create the blog home page for the home template, create and style the single blog post, how to style input and submit areas for Thesis 2.0. And then we've got some bonus boxes for you: author box, the related post box, the search filter box, the Aweber opt-in box, and a copyright box. And this comes to you only for $7. So you want to jump on it right away. And all you need to do is navigate again over to thesis2edu.com. That's THESIS 2, the number 2, edu.com, and go down here and click on this add to cart button. That'll take you to a PayPal page where you can go ahead and pay through PayPal or use a credit card. And I will see you on the inside of the members area. Once again, that's thesis2edu.com. Thanks for watching and have a great day.